Action.
Hello, my name is Ana Costa Silva and I'm Senior Data Scientist for TIBCO. We are here today to talk to you about the Financial Crime Accelerator. On the left-hand side we have the idyllic sun with a beautiful reflection on the ocean, and we have my representation of me as a cartoon with my drink, happily enjoying it, when this nasty bartender is coming over to tell that my credit card has been denied. That sort of ruins a vacation. At the same time, we have the poor person who has to do the investigation of all those false alerts, being very, very busy with way too many cases to investigate and often having to manually combine information from different data sources, etc. We believe at TIBCO that we can do it better. So what is the Financial Crime Accelerator about? Well, to begin with, this is meant to be a review-looking mirror, and there's Spotfire looking at your historic data. And in that historic data, Spotfire, with the aid of TARE, which stands for TIBCO Enterprise Runtime for R, and it's TIBCO's motor for running our scripts, is going to, with a magnifying glass, look at that historic data and find patterns that make fraud, that make financial crime. You can also use Spotfire for setting then thresholds of tolerance to whatever your models find, and do what-if analysis to make sure that the number of cases you identify is compatible with the size of your investigative team, and importantly, vice versa. Once your user has done all of this, you press a button, and the models and thresholds get sent to Streambase. Now, Streambase is like a boat on top of a river where the points are everything that's happening in real time into your data. And Streambase knows these patterns because it received them from your historic data, and is going to spot the transactions that correspond to these patterns and flag them out. At the same time, every time we get spots and alerts, it's going to combine all the context of that alert and notify special user groups. It is also going to keep version control over the patterns it's looking for. So now, this is working, so now Stream is like the steering wheel with which you navigate that river. At the same time, in the background, you have BPM, which is our case management tool. The BPM is like binoculars looking at everything that's happening. And it's like laying a net for all those cases that are risky. So basically, it's going to keep track of every alert that has happened. It's going to encompass that alert with all its context, analyze that, and make the whole process entirely auditable, so that you can always know where each case stands and look at it later and justify everything you've done to it. Also, BPM is going to enable us to police the police. Basically, we'll be able to accompany the work of each of your investigators and make sure that they're doing all the right processes and actions that you intended them to do. Finally, BPM is going to track model quality, because it's going to take the input from your investigators and know which cases were good and which were not. This is the one that was the case that was a false positive, but all the other ones are properly encapsulated. And this information gets fed into Spotfire and TARE, so that next time you do your model, it's going to be richer and better. And that, by the way, is machine learning for you. So now, our TIBCO's Financial Crime Accelerator has allowed me to be at the beach, and the only thing I need to worry about is when I'm going to have my next drink. Not that I worry about that too much. At the same time, the investigator is having a manageable workload and managing to spend her time looking at the real fraud cases with the aid of automation in the background. And really, we can do it better and simple, because every part of this game is knitted in the background, but totally manageable by your business end users and not expensive consultancy. So, the TIBCO Accelerator for Financial Crime is available for download at community.tibco.com. Thank you for watching.